Hello everybody. Today we are using gameplay and reviewing the Mosin from BLOCKADE 3D while comparing it with a real life version and comparing it with L96. So let's start with here. If you see in game the power is 85, rate of fire is 1, clip is 5, 30 ammo and conserve, distance is 80, and L96 power is 85, rate of fire is 1, clip is 5, ammo is 40, and distance is 110. Jeff?
Same power, rate of fire, clip as the L96A1.
Indeed. And as you can see, yeah, the L96 does have better distance and more ammo and conserve, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's worse, because like I said, L96 has more distance and ammo, but that doesn't really matter because the Mosin doesn't have much of a scope, and I don't think you're going to be trying to make long shots with it, so technically it's as good as L96, in my opinion. Jeff?
Alright, bolt action, 5-round upgrade of the M14.
Yes, it is indeed an upgrade to the M14. So it's definitely better than the starter rifle, the M14. But you can't say it's the best gun in the game. Many people dislike it, many people like it. Just depends. It depends on the user whether you like it or not. You either love it or you hate it. It's not my first pick, but it's enjoyable because I'm good with L96. In real life, it's a internal magazine-fed military rifle developed in 1882 through 1891. Developers were the Imperial Russian Army, used by the Russian Empire, Soviet Union, and many other nations. Jeff?
It is one of the mass-produced, I believe that's what it is, produced military rifles in history. Over 37 million units produced.
Yes, over 37 million units have been produced, which is an incredible number for such a just simple rifle, pretty much. Pretty simple. But, it was pretty big in World War I, was used by the Russians, and the model they are using was the M1A91 Dragoon model. I know it's a bit of a crazy name, but that model is used very much by the Russian in World War I. I believe that it was used in World War II too. It was used in World War II, but I didn't really mention that. But I mentioned the Dragoon model because it's used very, very much by the Russians in World War I. Speaking of the models, there are many models such as the Mosin Nagant M91, Mosin Nagant M91 Dragoon, what I just mentioned, Mosin Nagant M07N Carbine, Mosin Nagant M91/30, Mosin Nagant M91/30 PU Sniper, Mosin Nagant M38 Carbine, Mosin Nagant M44 Carbine, Mosin Nagant M59 Carbine. Jeff? Jeff?
Alright, so
It's a very historic gun, isn't it, Jeff?
yes, it is very
And
historic.
what else is it's very
powerful and unique gun.
Yes, here comes our opinions over the gun. In my opinion, in game, back to in game, we're just talking about real life, but back to game, it's a very, very unique gun. It's not like the others. The others are just simple modern rifles and assault rifles, while This is more of a lot older gun. And it's not bad. It's, in my opinion, it's not bad because it's almost just as good as the L96, just without the extra distance and the extra ammo and no scope on it. You can pretty much pick off people without even sighting in. It's very similar to the M14. The M14 is okay. It's a good starter rifle in the game, but the Mosin is definitely an upgrade to it. And it's more of a you either love it or you hate it gun. You don't always don't buy it and expect you're gonna just get kill streaks with it, get 10 kills. It's the buy the seat if you like it. Not everyone's gonna like it. It's more of that kind of gun. Not everyone is gonna like it. Your opinion, Jeff?
Okay, so my opinion is basically, it's basically, yeah, it's similar to the L9 except without a scope. Of course, everybody already knows. But my saying is, like, it could be just like without even aiming kind of guns. Like you could just shoot and then just, I don't know, something like that. And then the L9, you could just like do quick scoping with it.
But if you've been paying attention to the, if you're still paying attention to the gameplay while we have been reviewing, you see in the video I'm actually getting pretty good. I believe somewhere in there I got a 10 kill streak, which is pretty good for such a weird rifle, I guess you could say. But it's pretty much like a cheaper version of the M6. So if you're like kind of spectacle on L96, and you don't want to spend $3 on a giant bolt action, one hit to the head rifle with a lot of distance, then just wait until level 13 and get the Mosin, because you get it at level 13, it's not as pricey, and it's still almost as good, just without that extra distance, just taking off, 30 distance off it, and a few rounds off it. Anything else you want to say, Jeff?
I have no idea. In my opinion, it's just, it can sometimes go good, sometimes it can just like be a little bit of a distraction when you're trying to like cock it type thing. It's like when you go, it's like you shoot and you have to cock it like for like a second, and then sometimes you might die, but at the same time you have to think a little bit. Like you shoot and then hide, and then you come back out and try to shoot. So basically it's something like a quick shooting type thing.
Yeah, about that, yeah, we probably should, like, we've been praising it for the past minutes, but now we probably should get to the flaws. It's a bolt action 5-round rifle, and I honestly think it should have more ammo in its clip. I think it should. I know the real life version only has 5 rounds, but I'm talking in-game here. In-game, I think it'll work a lot better if it had a more rounds in its clip and a lot more ammo and conserve. The ammo and conserve really makes things spectacle when you take that much from a rifle, but it's actually the rate of fire is as fast as M96. As if you did see the pictures I did flash up of the stats, I believe a few minutes ago. Well, it should flash up sometime a minute ago, but yeah, it should. It's a pretty good rifle, and it actually, in my opinion, it looks very unique, and it's different because no one uses it in game. So if you just brought it out and started shooting and getting kill streaks with it, everyone's going to be confused. Everyone's going to be confused and like, what are you doing? Why are you using a Mosin? How are you doing so good with it? But
because they probably practiced with the L9. If you think about it.
I definitely think that the Mosin is incredibly underrated for what it is, but it just has its flaws. It needs more ammo and it needs more distance. I mean, I know you're trying to get a cheaper version of it, but I'm saying it's bad parts on it. That distance really gets annoying sometimes, and aiming with it. Since I'm so used to using a scope on a rifle, aiming with the sights are hard, and it takes a long time for me to actually line up my shots. You might see that in the gameplay, where it takes me a few extra seconds to line up my shots, because I'm not used to. I'm a little weird with sights. I like scopes better, but yeah, it's okay for what it is, and it's definitely I wouldn't say a must buy, but you shouldn't. I wouldn't. Well, it's not a must buy, but but I wouldn't say it's a bad idea to buy it. Now, what a bad idea to buy is a crossbow.
Which I'm not really understanding why they have a crossbow. I'm not sure if it's like an explosive crossbow or is it just.
It's not like explosive.
Because usually in like for instance, for an example of what I'm talking about, is that usually in most games, like for like a Call of Duty games, if there's like a crossbow, it would usually be an explosive kind of bow.
Yeah, but yeah, it's okay, but like I said, you either like it or you hate it. It just really depends. So I think that sums that up for now, and I hope you guys enjoying. This is a different kind of video I've done. It's a lot different, and I might be doing more of these in the future. But this was actually pretty hard to set up and do, because it took a lot of work and help from Jeff. But I might do more in the future. But I hope you enjoyed, and signing off.